Welcome, everybody, to the College Basketball Preview Show on the Grueling Truth Sports Network. I'm your host, Mike Goodpaster. Today, we're going to look at an SEC battle between the Kentucky Wildcats and the Vanderbilt Commodores, who right now are 15-4 under new head coach Mark Bington. And the big thing here is we know they're going to beat Kentucky because last weekend at home against the Tennessee Volunteers, Vanderbilt beat them. We know Kentucky has had some issues here and there, a loss to Ohio State, which never should have happened. This is a team that's played some great competition this year. Head coach Mark Pope's done a great job with the Kentucky Wildcats. They got some much-needed rest in the last week, coming off last weekend's loss to the Alabama Crimson Tide at Rupp Arena. And after that week of rest, they're going to have to travel to Nashville to take on the Vanderbilt Commodores tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. And this is not the Commodore team we've seen the last few years. As I said, new head coach Mark Bington and 10 new players are 15-4. Lost to Bama, but they beat Tennessee the game before that. This means they're fully capable of pulling an upset here over the Kentucky Wildcats. If the Wildcats want a shot at winning the SEC or at least a double bye in the SEC tournament, this game is a game they need to win. Same thing for Vanderbilt. Now, interior defense is going to be huge here. You know, allowing 7 of the last 8 Power 6 opponents to score 80-plus points. Kentucky's defense has left much to be desired as of late, specifically inside in the paint. I mean, I know a couple games ago I talked about how I thought Kentucky was soft, and then they came back against Mississippi State, toughened up a little bit. But Alabama, I think, was an outlier because I think Alabama is one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the country. And I think Kentucky can beat Alabama, but they have to play their best game to be able to beat a team like Bama, and they didn't do that last weekend at Rupp. Now, the Wildcats are in the top 10 in three-point defense. They're outside the top 200, though, in two-point defense. They allow opponents to shoot nearly 52% on twos. That's an area where Vanderbilt often succeeds and will likely try to attack the Kentucky Wildcats. Now, the best interior defense starts at the perimeter. That's preventing Vandy's guards from being able to get any kind of dribble penetration or throw the ball into the post where the post player can make a move immediately and score. And, you know, defensively, you just got to grind them up top because you have to slow these guards down for Vandy, or it's going to be a long day for the Kentucky Wildcats. Now, crashing the offensive glass is going to be huge. And I think Mark Pope says the battle of the boards will continue to be an area that they need to improve all season. And in this matchup, they should have the advantage, especially on the offensive glass. Vanderbilt's tallest player is 6'7". That gives Kentucky a large size advantage here. You know, but this Commodore team, you can't sleep on it. If you're going to be lazy, this is a scrappy team that won't make it easy for you. All right? As such, they managed to tie the rebounding battle in their upset bid over Tennessee last weekend, and it was a big reason why they were able to beat the Volunteers. Now, if Kentucky comes prepared, they should win the battle of the glass and have plenty of second chance opportunities. You've also got to take care of the ball. Vandy's defense has its faults, like allowing opponents to shoot better than 35% from three-point range. However, they've been great at generating turnovers, forcing 16 turnovers per game on the season. The Commodores ranked 14th nationally. And in SEC play, that number is almost 14 per contest. So no matter the quality of opponent, Vandy can force turnovers here. Yeah, Kentucky's been good at taking care of the ball for the most part this season, but Amari Williams has to be a concern. He's turned the ball over 3+ times in 4 straight games, and his assist turnover ratio has not been good. I think that's a player that the Vanderbilt Commodores will attack here. Now, there is no point spread right now for this game. What I'm going to give you is this. I would take Kentucky, and I would bet Kentucky up to -2.5. I think the Wildcats will win this game, but I think you're going to see a game in the 83-80, 86-84 range. I think the Wildcats will win, but I would not give more than 2.5 points in this game. If the spread's more than 2.5, I would bet Vandy. But I still think Kentucky comes through with a huge SEC win. I think that they will do well on the glass. It's just Vanderbilt scrappy. You got to get after it there. But I think the big number here is turnovers. I think if we see Kentucky with less than 12 turnovers, Kentucky wins the game. All right, guys, I want to remind you to follow me on X at Grilling Truth. Like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. But for now, I'm Mike Goodpaster. You've been watching and listening to The Grueling Truth, where the legends speak.